It's the dog days of summer, and maybe we're getting a little tired of these summer outfits, but ladies, it's time to step up our game. Today, we're going to take 4 really boring summer outfits and make them fabulous. I'm going to share the mistakes in each of these outfits and how you can easily correct them. And actually, it takes one really important thing that we're going to talk about also. Hello, my name is Kay, and this is Dress for My Day. I'm so glad that you have come my way today. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Dress for My Day is really geared to women over 50. I'm 61 years old, but if you're younger than 50, you are so welcome here too, because we're talking about something that so many of us run into, and that is boring summer outfits. You know, it's just not quite as easy to create something really special in the summer anyhow. And as we get into these dog days of summer, I think it gets really like we just don't want to take the time. And you know what? I think that's the number one thing we have to do is we have to slow down and take a little time with our outfits, ladies. But really, if you take a little time ahead of time, then you can get on autopilot again and start putting those outfits together so easily. You can look polished and put together. You can look a little stylish without too much effort and without any fuss. We're not talking about dressing up, ladies. We're not talking about looking fancy. We're just talking about looking pulled together. So I have 4 outfits. I'm going to identify the problems. I'm also going to identify what sometimes causes this outfit to happen. Like, what's the root of this problem? Why do we even put on this thing? And then what we can do about it very easily to make that outfit go from boring to great, from frumpy to fabulous. So really, it is just about taking some time. You know, there are a lot of things in life that we just need to put a little time and effort into. One of those, I have to admit, is health. My health, boy, it is hard to put in the time into my health that I know I need to. In fact, just recently I had an eye appointment, got new glasses, but I was way overdue on that. I hate taking the time to even call and make those appointments. In fact, I hate making appointments so much on the phone that I actually even schedule my manicure and my pedicure and my hair appointments online. That's just so much more convenient to me. And that leads me to today's sponsor of today's video, and that is Zocdoc. Zocdoc is a free website and app where you can search for and compare high-quality in-network doctors, find the one that meets your needs, and right there, make an appointment online. So we're talking making in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers in every specialty, from mental care to dental care, skin care to eye care, and so much more. You can get on the app or the website and search for a doctor who is in network in your insurance, who is nearby to you, who qualifies to help you with the concern that you have, and is highly rated by verified patients. Then you can instantly make an appointment. In fact, you can see their actual availability and make the appointment right there for the time that suits you best. And appointments made on Zocdoc can happen fast, usually within 24 to 72 hours, and you can even score same-day appointments. So I encourage you, don't do like me and put off that eye appointment, that dental appointment, that skin check, that necessary thing that you need to do. Instead, go through my link below in the description box at zocdoc.com/kharms, Kayharms, and schedule those necessary appointments today. Thank you so much to Zocdoc for sponsoring today's video. And now let's tackle those 4 boring outfits and take them to fabulous. Now, like I said, we're not trying to create anything fancy here. We're actually talking about what you would wear on just a normal summer day. And I know that most of us women over 50, many of us are not working outside of the home anymore. Maybe your days are very casual. Maybe you're on vacation. Maybe you're helping to take care of grandkids. You're just running errands. You're doing things around the house. You don't want to look fancy, but you do want to look pulled together. Or maybe you don't think you do, but let me tell you why you do. When we get dressed for our day, we show up better, and I'm a big believer in that. I know for me, when I have on a little bit of makeup, I have on some jewelry, and I've pulled an outfit together, not just put on some clothes, I'm a lot more likely to actually get out my door and go somewhere, especially if an invitation comes my way. I'm a lot more prone to take it. Also, I just show up better for the people in my family. Even if I don't go anywhere and it's just me and my husband, I feel like I show up better for him if I've pulled myself together a little bit. And I bet that's the case for you too. So I want to help us do that, but I want us to think about why it is that we sometimes put on these not so great outfits. The first outfit I'm showing you here is very humdrum, and it's just kind of very everyday. Maybe it's something that you would wear even just to kind of sweep the porch and bring in something from the garden and shell peas or whatever. It's blue jean shorts and a white t-shirt. You can't get much more basic than this. But let me tell you a few things that are wrong with this outfit. First of all, these shorts don't fit me great. Now, these are some shorts that I had in my drawer, but after I put them on, I realized these don't fit me very well. I think it may be where the rise is, or maybe it's just that pocket placement. But do you see how the pockets kind of balloon out there at my hips? Just not very flattering at all. And honestly, that deep hem that goes right across the widest part of my thigh is not very flattering either. It just kind of brings your attention to my thick thighs, and we don't need that. So I'm all for wearing a pair of blue jean shorts, but these just are not the best for me. Another problem with this outfit is that this crew neck t-shirt is just really plain. There's nothing about it that enhances me at all. There's just nothing flattering about it. And then I'm wearing some black little sandals here. Now look, nothing wrong with these sandals. These are in my closet for a reason, but this is not the outfit to wear them with. What happens here is these black sandals weigh this outfit down. Now you may think, why does it matter? Well, I tell you why it matters, because we can do a whole lot better, ladies. I do have on some makeup here because I was preparing to shoot all of my videos at once, but notice I don't have on any lipstick and I don't have on any jewelry. I've just done the bare minimum. As you might say, I have phoned it in for the day. But we can do better. With a little time and effort, we can actually make this outfit very similar, but so much better. So here's my better outfit. Here I've worn another pair of denim shorts, but they just fit better. And another thing I really like about these are from last year at Talbot's. I don't think they're available anymore, but maybe you got something like them, and I'll try to link something similar to them too. In the description box, I'll have links to anything that's available, and I'll also have some YouTube links here. Please feel free to shop those. It might be easier for you, and it's fine for me. I get a small commission either way, and I really appreciate it when you shop through my links. Back to the shorts. I think that raw edge without that hem, that chunky hem from that other pair of shorts, really is much more flattering. It just kind of disappears on my leg there, and I think that's really nice. They're just a better fit jean short, so that's one thing. Secondly, instead of wearing that plain crew neck t-shirt, this time I've worn a V-neck t-shirt. It's also a slub tee, so it has a little visual texture to it. It's got a little detailing at the neckline too. It's got a little double, little raw edge there at that V neckline, which makes it perfect for some jewelry. So I've just worn a simple little necklace, I think one of the ones I'm wearing today, and I'm wearing my hoop earrings, and I think all of these outfits. So keeping the jewelry very simple, minimal, lightweight, so it's not fussy-mussy, but it does accentuate me. It makes me look a little brighter, a little bit more pulled together. Now I've also given this a front tuck. You wouldn't have to do that, but I kind of think it's nice to give my shirt a little front tuck. It just shows where my waistline is a little bit, gives me some definition, defines those proportions a little bit better. I've added a skinny little, cognac leather belt, really just adds some visual interest. I've also worn some little smaller framed cognac sandals, so they're not weighing my foot down, they're not pulling your line, your eye down on the outfit. It's very balanced. And now I've added a bag, and I tell you why I didn't add a bag to the other outfit, because that woman ain't going anywhere. You know what I mean? If that woman gets an invitation in the middle of the day to go to lunch, she's like, oh, I'm not dressed, I guess I'll pass today. But this woman can say, hey, yeah, let me grab my bag, my keys, my sunglasses, and head out the door. So I just added a straw bag. Now let me point out a couple of things. You're going to see those black little sandals, and I happen to be wearing them right now. Nothing wrong with them, but you're going to be seeing them throughout all 4 of the mistake outfits. And that's because I think a lot of women just maybe have that pair of sandals or that pair of sneakers or shoes, whatever, by the door, and you just slip into those and go all the time. Ladies, we can do better than that. And if you are going to have a pair of shoes that you slip into and they're at the door all the time and that's what you're going to wear, then make it a better pair. Make it something that's a little lighter on your foot, that goes with more things, not something like these black sandals. So here I've just worn some pretty little cognac sandals, so much better. And that bag, let's say during the summer you want to use the same bag all the time. You don't want to be changing bags with every outfit. Then make sure that it is something seasonally appropriate, not something heavy looking, visually heavy, but something lightweight and cheerful and summery, like this straw tote that I'm using here. And I can give you a link to this one also. So, think about those things. If you are going to take some shortcuts with your outfit, put some thought into them and make those shortcuts count. The second outfit that I want to show you happens when we're making an effort to cover ourselves up. And this is what a lot of women over 50 do. I'm guilty of this myself. I don't love my arms, and here I am bearing them for you today, but I don't love my arms. But so sometimes we think, well, I just gotta cover my arms up. They're so ugly, or they're so fat, or they're so wrinkly, or whatever, and we go to cover things up. But in our effort to cover things up, what we actually do is draw more attention to that problem area. And a lot of times we cover those areas up with things that really date us, they age us, they make us look older than we are. So here I'm wearing a 3/4 sleeve t-shirt. Now it's got a nice little open neckline, so that's nice, and hey, it's a nice cheerful green, which is great. But that 3/4 length sleeve, it's a trim fitting t-shirt, it's just not doing anything for me. It makes me look like I'm ashamed of myself, especially in the middle of the summer. And I'm also wearing jeans. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we want to wear jeans during the summer, and these are great jeans. They're modern jeans. They're an ankle cut. Maybe you've heard me say before, hey, if nothing else, make sure you have some modern jeans in your closet. But let me tell you something. Just a pair of modern jeans in your closet is not going to fix all the problems, especially if you pair those modern jeans with something like this top and then call it a day. Now, a few weeks ago, I shared a video where I showed a very plain outfit, and then several people said, hey, I like that plain outfit. Funny thing, I actually went to see my parents later, a few days after that, and sure enough, my mom and my aunt showed up in those pieces, a pair of khaki pants and a navy top. But the difference was that they pulled those outfits together. They had on cute shoes, they wore some jewelry, they had a pretty neckline. My aunt even had some pretty detailing around the neckline of her shirt. So ladies, it's not just about the pieces or like the basic pieces that you're putting on. It's about making some choices with those sleeves, with the necklines, with just the way things pull together, and not trying to look covered up and hidden by your clothes. So to make this better, but to still, okay, maybe you want to hide those arms, you just don't want to bare all. Instead, swap in a button-up shirt. Now you could even wear a plain white button-up shirt or a blue button-up shirt or a pink button-up shirt, whatever, but I've chosen here to wear a pretty floral button-up shirt. And this one is from Frank and Eileen, and it's that beautiful Liberty fabric. So yeah, this one's a little pricey, but oh my word, I sure do love it. It's one of my favorite ones in my closet right now. And it looks so much more cheerful, so much more youthful and fresh and vibrant. My arms are still covered to about the same length as they were with that t-shirt, but I don't look like someone who's trying to hide myself. This shirt is a lot more contemporary. It's more of the moment than that 3/4 sleeve t-shirt, and it just works so much better for summer. I am wearing some comfortable sandals, so these are some very comfortable sandals, but they're really modern. So yeah, they're chunky and they're big, but because they're a flesh tone instead of that black, while the shoes themselves may be heavy or may be big, they don't weigh the outfit down visually, so they really work. work. Again, I've got that straw bag. The leather on the bag, the leather on the shoes doesn't exactly match. That's quite okay, no big deal there. The main thing is that bag looks seasonally appropriate. It's a nice looking bag, and those shoes are a nice looking shoe. I didn't bother with a belt here, but I did give the shirt a front tuck just to define where my waist is, to help balance those proportions a little bit. But if you wanted to leave this shirt untucked, I think you could do that too, and you would still look better than wearing that t-shirt and just looking like you're all covered up. And here, you don't look covered up. You just look really fresh and pretty. My next outfit is an outfit in blue, and maybe that's just like your favorite color. You want to wear blue and you think, hey, this will even be tonal. This will be a tone on tone look. I'm going to wear all this blue and it's just going to pull together so nicely. And also, I'm going to show you some modern pants. So here's the outfit. I'm wearing some very modern navy barrel pants. Ooh, that's modern. That's really contemporary. I'm always talking about using those contemporary silhouettes. Well, here is one. But I've just phoned it in again. I'm just wearing a blue t-shirt. Now I love the blue t-shirt. It's a linen t-shirt, so it's a great little tee, but nothing's going on here. It's just really boring. And again, I have on those sandals that are by my door, the little black sandals that are just like the ones I just slip into. So nothing great here, no jewelry, didn't bother to pull anything together. So let's make this a little better. Instead, let's wear an outfit that truly is tonal. So here I've worn a navy and white close-fitting sweater vest. Now this is a cotton sweater vest or a cotton blend, so it's really appropriate for the summer. It feels really good. It's sleeveless. It's got a nice V-neck. It has a little panel even under the arms there, so you don't show your bra at all. It really covers you up nicely. But the difference is that this fits. This shirt fits me really nice and close to the body. You know, one of the things we want to do when we're getting dressed for our day is think about proportions. And it's not just your visual proportions of like where your waist is, but also the proportion of fullness to slim. So like down below, because those pants are those barrel pants, they have a fuller leg, a little bit more fullness there. It's really nice to have a slim fitting top, one with at least some definition, whereas that t-shirt just had no definition. And this shirt has even more definition because it has, you know, some nice lines here. The vertical line of the neckline, it has the horizontal lines of the stripes. So it just really pulls together nicely. Now, maybe this woman also really doesn't want to tuck, and that's why she was wearing that blue t-shirt, just untucked. She doesn't want to tuck her shirt. I get that. Sometimes I don't want to tuck my shirt either. So a top like this, though, is the answer. Not that blue kind of blousy t-shirt that had no definition. This shirt works beautifully untucked because it does fit close to the body, and so it still gives my body some definition. And another thing you can do is you actually could roll this top up a little bit and define your waistline and make it where it works best for you with your proportions. So you could leave it all the way down like I've done here, but really for me it works best to kind of fold that up a little bit. It's going to stay because it's a knit and it fits close to my body. It'll stay like this really easily. My shirt is not tucked. You don't see any rolls or anything like that there, but it looks like this outfit fits me. It looks like it fits my body, and it shows that I have a body, I have a figure, and I have a waistline, and it just looks so much more pulled together. I'm wearing comfortable sandals again. This time I'm wearing some Birkenstocks. These are new to me. I'd never had any Birkenstocks, and let me tell you, they are really comfortable. I think you have to kind of break them in a little bit. Your foot is going to mold to that moldable footbed. It takes a few days, but they are really comfortable, and they're really on trend right now too. And they're a heavier looking shoe also, but with this outfit, with all that navy, they balance out really nicely. So a really pulled together outfit. I've added some jewelry, got the lipstick on. I look really comfortable, easygoing, not fancy, not fussy, but ready to go out if I get that invitation, or hey, if I want to issue one myself. I do have another option though. Let's say for instance you don't want to wear something that close to your body. You just think, okay, that works for you, but it just doesn't work for me. Then I do think you could wear something like this, little white linen popover, and it's gonna be fuller, right? It's gonna give you more fullness there, so you're definitely not gonna be hugging your body at all. So if like you're someone who just doesn't want anything close to your body, maybe you just don't want the, you're hot, you just don't want anything that close to your body, then I think this linen shirt works. Now, it is blousy and then the bottom has some fullness, but the reason I think it works here is because this shirt still has some definition. That collar adds some definition, the little pleat there at the front adds some definition. So there's something here besides just a t-shirt. You know what I mean? The t-shirt just looks like a tint over those pants, but this looks more defined. It looks a little bit more tailored, and so like you've made a little bit more effort. And remember, effort translates as chic to the eye, so that's important to think about. And here it definitely looks like we put in a little effort. Now let's move on to that fourth and final outfit. Not too long ago, James and I were out and I saw two ladies having lunch together, and they both just happened to have on a denim skirt and a white top. Now, I just assumed that day that, oh, I guess they just happened to dress in the same thing, but they looked really cute. They had on some cute little sandals. They had their hair pulled back in a ponytail or whatever. They looked cute, really nice looking ladies. They just looked really polished and pulled together, even though they were just wearing denim skirts and a white top. Now, not the same one, just happened to be that way. Then later I thought, you know what, maybe they had just been docents at a museum or something. I don't know. Maybe that was the dress code and they had to wear that. But it did get me thinking, I love that clean aesthetic of a denim skirt and a white top. So here's the first effort at that outfit formula. Is just a classic denim skirt here, an A-line denim skirt. This is my Frank and Eileen skirt. I can give you links to that. And then I've just worn, though, a white ribbed t-shirt. Now, this is a great t-shirt again. I love this t-shirt. It's in the Nordstrom anniversary sale right now, and I highly recommend it. I have it in white, black, and gray. Great t-shirt. But here, this is just all too close to my body. It just looks very, very close, very compact, and like, it just looks like a missed opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, those ladies look sharp in their denim skirts and white tops, but I look like I tried and then I just kind of stopped. I didn't go all the way with it. And especially those black sandals. Once again, just because they're convenient doesn't mean I need to wear them. And so they really ruined the outfit, wouldn't you agree? And so let's see what I did instead. Well, I added a white linen button-up shirt with a collar, short sleeves, just a button-up shirt here. I did tuck it in all the way around. If you didn't want to do that, you probably could find one that's like a cropped length. You could leave it out. But that linen just makes this look more summery. It makes it just as cool as that t-shirt, maybe even more cool than the t-shirt. I've added a cognac belt, so it really pulls it together. And I've added some cognac heeled strappy sandals. I think otherwise it is just a missed opportunity. When I wear a skirt, unless I'm wearing, sometimes I'll wear a dress and I might wear some sneakers, like for a day of touring a town or something. But if I'm going to like go to lunch or something, I'm gonna put on some sandals. Boy, some heeled sandals with that skirt are just going to make it look so much better. And really, I am just as comfortable, probably actually even more comfortable than if I were wearing flats. Because those little black flats, like I said, I'm wearing them right now, they have no cushion. Whereas this shoe with a little bit of a heel actually feels much better on my foot. I think this outfit looks so much more polished and pulled together, but when you think about it, it's just as comfortable and cool and casual as that basic, denim skirt and white t-shirt. But I look pulled together, like I've made some effort. Ladies, it really does boil down to making a little effort to look pulled together in the summer. Thinking about what do I need to do to this very simple outfit formula to make myself look just a little bit more polished and presentable. Sometimes too, it's just about choices, about choosing to wear something that is a little bit more elevated instead of just the most basic thing that we have in our drawer or our closet. For instance, if you are thinking, okay, I'm just going to be at home, I'm just going to put on a pair of, basic pull-on shorts or denim shorts and a t-shirt, why not wear something instead like what I'm actually wearing today, which is some pull-on drawstring linen pants. They're black. I happen to have them in yellow too, and I'd love to have them in another color or two. They have so many colors, and you can find them not just at J. Crew where I got mine, but at so many other stores. This is kind of really the pant or the trouser of the summer 2025, I'd even say, this drawstring, wide leg silhouette. So a linen pant, so comfortable. And then I've got on this little textured vest, a little sweater vest, a little summer sweater vest, very lightweight, easy breezy. I look a little bit more polished and pulled together, but I am absolutely just as comfortable as I would be in a pair of shorts and a t-shirt, probably because these pants are loose, just feel so comfortable. I'm actually more comfortable than I would be in those denim shorts and that t-shirt. So that not only takes a little bit of investment of time, but yeah, a little investment of money to make sure that you have the things in your closet so that you can pull together nice outfits for the summer. I hope this was helpful just to address some of those temptations that lead us into those, not so great outfits. Fix the problems and then create something new, something fresh, but just as casual and just as comfortable. Let me know below if that was helpful. Give me a thumbs up on your way out if you got anything out of this. Don't forget, I'm linking everything that's available in the description box below. You may also have some YouTube links here. Feel free to shop those too. I really appreciate it when you do shop through my links. It's what helps to support this channel so that I can bring you this content week after week. Thank you for being here today. I appreciate you more than you could know. Don't forget though, if you have a medical need, then you need to make an appointment. Don't put that off like I did my eye appointment. Go through my link below at zocdoc.com/kharms and make that appointment with a qualified healthcare provider in the specialty that you need, in network with your insurance at a time that's convenient for you, and you can make that appointment right now. Thanks, ladies, for being here. I'll see you again next Wednesday.